selling the BBS CHRs. What's going on, guys? You guys know him. This is my Shih Tzu, Leo the Shih Tzu. If you saw my post on Instagram earlier this week, then you saw that on what is it, Leo? Facebook. Leo has got 2,500 subscribers. The comical thing is he hardly ever posts anything. I post all the time, and I don't even have a third of that. But Leo is the watermark in my videos. I'm gonna put him down because he was getting restless, and he pretty much goes with me everywhere. His son, Gordelio, Gordy for short, has been going with me more and more places. So one of them is going to go with me on this trip I'm about to do. I have a work trip to California, and spoiler alert, we're taking the 911. The 911 is going back to SoCal. It has not been to SoCal since I originally bought it in 2020. We're going back. But in that, we want to talk tires today. It's not DIY. This is just my honest opinion. I'm not being paid by anybody. I've spent my money for these tires and these wheels. So let's just talk about them real quick. So lately in a Facebook forum on 997.2s, we've been talking about tires. And first of all, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. I'm that type of guy that drives my 911 everywhere. Don't care the weather. Don't care the time of year. Don't care if it's a mountain road, a back road, or even off-road. Don't believe me? Watch this. Yeah, that's Moab in Utah. So I take my car anywhere and everywhere. A lot of people don't agree with that. I completely respect your opinions, and you have justified reasons for it. Corrosion, wear, damage to other components. Completely get it. I get why these cars are expensive and why you only want to drive them in nice weather and you only want to use end-spec tires and those kinds of things. I completely understand. But I kind of march to the beat of my own drum, you know? I do my own thing. I'm not really great with following rules and doing things the way you're supposed to do them. I like to do things my way. So that's how I drive this car. That's how I maintain this car. So let's talk tires. In my forum video, sorry, not my forum video, in the forums, we've been talking about the differences in tires. And one guy I was discussing with, I'm not going to throw his name out there, but nice guy. I was talking about driving and how some of these tires weren't that great in the winter snow season. Specifically, we just got about 8 to 9 inches of snow here where I live on the west side of Portland. I live just on the other side of downtown of the hill, so I live in the West Hills. And we got a lot of snow recently. And I've driven this car in the snow plenty of times. I think this was the first time I drove it with these tires in the snow. And I wasn't impressed too much. But when I bought these tires, I did the review, or I saw some review videos, and I saw that they were put on a Corvette, and they didn't have great experience either. But I figured my car has all-wheel drive. It'll do better than the Corvette. It does in this kind of weather because the Corvette they put it on, I think, was just a base model Stingray, which was rear-wheel drive. So of course the all-wheel drive is going to outperform it. But I went with the gamble. I said, you know what? Let me go ahead and get them. So first, let me talk about the things I do like and the tire I'm talking about. So what I'm talking about is these tires here. Yeah. They are Michelin Pilot Sport All Season 4 ZP, zero pressure. So these are run flats. So initially when I put these tires on, I could tell you ride comfort was much better than the Continentals. The noise was slightly better on rough roads, especially. It was on smooth roads they were about the same. On rough roads, the Michelins were significantly better. Aesthetics, they look really good and nice and meaty. They've got a great look. And performance, I disagree with this particular model of the Michelin being better. I think the Continentals are much better, and I'm going to show you why right now. So before we go to the Continentals, let's look at the tread pattern on the Michelin. You can see this tire, and I mean, I have less miles on the Michelins than I do on the Continentals. But if I look back at my previous video, let me just put a screenshot of it there. You can see how much tread is on the tires before I installed them, and look at them now. As they wear down, these really do become more of a high performance tire. This here is supposed to help you, this siping and these little circles are supposed to help you with winter conditions. This siping, I guess, is supposed to, but doesn't. That looks more like a straight line performance thing. And same thing with this groove. These grooves are so wide. I mean, my finger fits completely in that groove. So those grooves are so wide, they don't really help you at all with winter performance. They do help you with high speed stability. So it's a good tire. I'm not knocking it. I'm not saying it's bad. It's nowhere near the wear bars. The wear bar is like way down there. So it's nowhere near the wear limit. I think it's just more of a hybrid performance tire. So the Continentals that I put in my snow video are these. These are Continentals Extreme Contact DWS 06s. And I believe now you can get the 06 Plus. The difference between the 06 and 06 Plus is the sidewall stiffer. But these are also run flats. I'm pretty sure these are run flats. Maybe that's what the 06 Plus is, and these aren't. But look at the tread pattern on these. The tread pattern on this is much more aggressive. Now, these are more worn than those. But if you just look at that, that looks a lot more high performance. This looks a lot more all season, all terrain. I am much closer to the wear bars on these, but you see these little teeth in here, and you see the X that it makes, and the little X in here. These things bite into the snow and ice like you would not believe. I have driven this up a ski resort in probably 6-inch or more deeper snow, and it powers through. It does not slip. It has very, very good grip. This is the OEM size tire with the OEM wheel. But this centerpiece is the key. The grooves in the Continentals are definitely smaller. I cannot fit my finger in there. Whereas the Michelin tire, same finger, my finger goes right in that. Oh. There is another feature I want to show you on these tires that I really like, and I don't see it on the Michelin where I would know this. But on the Continentals, right here it says, this is the model, the DWS. DWS stands for dry, wet, snow. These are different depths. So as soon as this is gone, you should no longer drive it in the snow. As soon as this is gone, you should no longer drive it in the wet. I really like that feature on here because the rear tires, I will show you. This is the front. So let's see how much depth we still have. Got a decent amount of depth still in the tire. Let's go to the rears. We'll leave that there. Leo, watch that tire. Make sure it doesn't go nowhere. So the rear tires are a little bit more worn down, naturally, as they should be on a 911. They've got more wear on it. They're closer to the wear bar. But even on the rear tire, you can still see the S. It is almost gone, but it's still there. So technically, you can still drive these in the winter. And again, the grooves are smaller. And we've got this X crosshatch pattern, plus the little X inside, these sipings that open. These are very soft. All of these things, the biting teeth, all of that adds for grip when you're driving. My only complaint of these tires is road noise. That's my only complaint of these tires. They definitely produce more road noise than the Michelins, and they are stiffer. They are a lot stiffer. So, why am I talking about tires? Why am I showing you all this? Because somebody said something on a forum. It's kind of relevant. Let me turn off the light. Hold on. So the reason I bring any of this up is there's two reasons. One, I'm thinking about going back to the OEM wheels. There's absolutely nothing wrong with these BBS wheels. OEM wheels are also BBS. They're the BBS Classics. the wheels on the car are BBS CHRs. The reason I bought these originally was, one, the style. I like that style. But two, was I didn't need to run spacers. The front wheel on this car, it does not have a spacer. There's no spacer in there at all. This now is a, I don't want to lie to you, 19 by 8.5. What's the offset? 50. I want to say the offset is 46 on the front. And the rear, I don't remember. I have to look it up. You know what? I'm not going to lie to you. But the point is, no spacers. This is a 19 by 12, sporting a 325/30 ZR19 tire. You could easily fit a 315. You could even put a 305 on here. How would a 305 look on here? Well, let me show you on my rear tires. I have on there 325s because it's a 12-inch rim. The factory OEM wheel is an 11-inch rim. And let me get out of zoom. Let me get out of wide angle so it'll look better. Okay, we're not, this is normal, not zoom, not wide angle. So this is a 19 by 11 wheel with a 285 tire on it instead of a 305 tire. And you can see 285 tire fits on there perfectly fine. All right, so something my brother Marcelo says all the time. Long story short, there's the whole big spiel that I just did. There's two reasons we are even having this conversation. Reason number one, tires. I think the Continental tire is a much stronger tire in late winter, early spring type of season than these Michelins. And I'm talking about these. I'm talking about these, nothing else. This model. DWS 06s versus Pilot Sport All Season 4 ZPs, both ZPs. So I think the Continental is a stronger tire. That's the number one reason. The second reason, probably more important reason, is I'm thinking about going back to the OEM classic wheels and selling the BBS CHRs. Oh no! What do you think? If someone is interested in either wheel, let me know in the comments. Let me know, because I am really considering selling the CHRs. And I've had them a year. I've used them. It's fun. They're in perfect condition. There are 9 out of 10. I don't give it a 10 out of 10 because they're used. They're not brand new. They've had tires mounted on them. I cannot tell you if there's a speck of, there's no rock chips or anything in the paint anywhere. There might be like road tar or something on one, but they are, you know what? I'll even say they're an 8.5 out of 10 instead of 9. Let's go 8.5 out of 10 because they're used. So I'm not going to ask a retail price. Go to eBay right now. Look at those retail prices. They're crazy. Go to a tire rack and look at how much they cost new. I'm not asking that. But if someone is seriously considering or interested in the CHRs, let me know in the comments. Let me know on Messenger or something like that. We can work something out. We can work out with or without tires, because I'm not going to transfer the Michelin tires to the classic wheels. What my plan is, if it's a big if I go back to the classic wheels, which I'll make a determination tomorrow, if I go back to the classic wheels, when these tires are worn, we're going to start doing the winter summer tire thing. I was opposed to doing that, especially because summer tires, one of the downsides that I don't like about summer tires is they cost the same as an all-season or a winter tire, but they only last so many thousands of miles. Winter tires, they don't have a mileage limit. They usually last so many seasons. It just depends which one you run more often. That being said, the weather I've been driving in and where I've gone, I think the next logical, common sense step for me is to run summer tires and winter tires. It's not something I want to do. It's not something I like to do, but that may be the next thing to do after these Continentals wear out. But I'm going to wear out the Continentals first. So that's the end of my video. Leo, you got anything to add to the video? No? So you're 8 years old and you really don't have time for shenanigans. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And stay tuned. We're taking off for Southern California this weekend. I don't know which day yet. I haven't decided. But you're going to find out two things. A, which dog is going with me? And B, what did I decide with the wheels and tires? Catch you later. Thanks for watching.